Hello, everyone. Welcome to the world news of salmon farming for the 13th of August. Samba Marin improved its operations, but sees clouds on the horizon. The service boat company, based in Lepsoy near Bjørnafjord, reported a revenue increase of 13.2 million to 172.9 million in the past year, with an operating profit increase of 7.7 million compared to 2022, resulting in a profit growth of 24.5%. Despite deriving 80% of its income from aquaculture and viewing market prospects as favorable, the company noted increased market uncertainty in its annual report, citing the use of submersible cages and technology for reducing sea lice as key factors. The company has secured long-term contracts and developed a strategic plan, including clear sustainability goals, hiring a new HSEQ, Health, Safety, Environment, and Quality, lead to professionalize operations. With a year-end cash balance of 8 million, equity of 90.3 million, and total assets of 434.3 million, the company maintains a robust financial position and expects continued positive development. During the previous year, the company operated 10 service vessels with 59 full-time positions. The board has proposed a group contribution of 10 million. Sinkaberg secures diving capacity for deep operations. Sinkaberg, a pioneering Norwegian company in underwater salmon farming, has chartered the diving vessel KB Storm to secure diving capacity. The company, which began experimenting with underwater salmon feeding in 2014, has been instrumental in developing submersible cage technologies. In November 2022, Sinkaberg reported the successful harvest of 119,000 salmon that were submerged for 15 months without treatment in their Nautilus cage. This success has prompted more large salmon farmers to invest in submersible technologies. In 2022, Sinkaberg operated around 30 submersible units, and based on positive results, they are expanding their underwater production. To maintain and service their equipment at depth, Sinkaberg has entered into a charter agreement with the Rørvik-based diving and service company, KB, for the vessel KB Storm, ensuring competency and predictability for the vessel's crew. The agreement starts on August 1st, with KB Storm operating from Rørvik and serving production areas 7 and 8, while also allowing the vessel's unused capacity to be sold in the spot market. Health issues threw a wrench in the works for Seashore Sjø. Bremnes Seashore's aquaculture company faced significant challenges last year, with revenues of 1,957.8 million NOK and an operating profit of 245.6 million NOK, resulting in an operating margin of 12.5%. The company paid taxes amounting to 121.7 million NOK, with 76.1 million NOK attributed to the resource rent tax. The board's annual report highlighted 2023 as a biologically challenging year due to an outbreak of ILA disease, leading to early slaughtering and reduced biomass, compounded by the presence of toxic jellyfish. These difficulties are expected to have impacts in 2024 as well. The company's equity stood at 247.8 million NOK out of a total capital of 1,476.4 million NOK, with a proposed group contribution of 100.6 million NOK. Bremnes Seashore is controlled by the Svendsen family, who own 50.3% of the shares. A reorganization resulted in the formation of two new entities, Seashore Land and Seashore Industry. Become CFO at mycoprotein producer Erik Tveterås has been appointed CFO of Norwegian Mycelium, Nomai, which collaborates with Skretting on the use of fungal proteins in fish feed, as announced on LinkedIn. Tveterås previously worked at Nutreco, where he led New Frontiers, managing a multi-million-dollar portfolio in animal protein technology and alternative protein investments. Nomai stated that his extensive industry experience will help shape their growth and funding strategies as they continue to transform food industry byproducts into low-carbon circular ingredients using the power of fungi. Tveterås highlighted his interest in Nomai's unique qualities, particularly its fermentation and circular business models. She is moving from Nutreco to STIM. Cecilia Høyvik Rakne has been newly appointed at STIM, following her tenure at Nutreco's Sustainability Department in Stavanger. Initially, she will serve as the quality manager. Henrik Rye Jacobsen, head of STIM Knowledge Services, praised her diverse background and highlighted her potential contributions in quality work, sustainability, and advisory roles. Rockne's experience includes writing a master's thesis on sustainable aquaculture at the University of Stirling, which involved a project in Kenya focused on byproducts from tilapia farming at Victory Farms. She also has 6 years of experience as a stockbroker and sales manager at Fishpool. At Nutreco, she was the LCA program manager, working on life cycle analyses and sustainability reporting. Rockne expressed her excitement about joining STIM and working in her hometown of Bergen. Holmøy Havbruk achieved a pre-tax profit of 777 million kroner. The newly established fish farming company within the Holmøy Group achieved a solid operating margin and tax bill last year. The Sortland-based breeder had a turnover of 1.8 billion NOK and an operating profit of 870.9 million NOK, resulting in an operating margin of 44.3%. Pre-tax profit was 777 million NOK, and after a tax expense of 343.1 million NOK, the company ended with an annual result of 433.9 million NOK. Following a tax-free demerger from Seashore Sjø farm, the company acquired 16,488 tons of maximum allowable biomass along with commercial aquaculture permits, debts, and bank deposits. At the beginning of the year, the company had an equity of 1,243.4 million NOK and a total capital of 2,978 million NOK, with an equity ratio of 41.8%. In a June auction, they invested 905.9 million NOK for 2,770 tons of new production capacity, making them the second largest buyer after Cermaq. The board has proposed paying out 103 million NOK in group contributions and dividends. The seafood company had a turnover of 710 million kroner last year. The fish processing company, a prominent player in the prodfisk market, increased its revenue by 160.6 million to reach 710 million, showing a 29.2% growth. Despite this, the operating profit fell by 21.5 million to 22.1 million, with an operating margin of 3.1%. The board stated that the seafood market remains good but challenging, and the company maintained its historic growth rate in revenue for 2023. Last winter, it was revealed that in 2022, the Food Safety Authority found that the company had resold damaged fish abroad without proper correction. The company has started in-house seafood production through its subsidiary Boreas Seafood and plans to expand with Poseidon Frozen. The market outlook is seen as stable with a growing demand for healthy food, though raw material supply and prices can be volatile. The company aims to diversify its value chain and market presence. Sjømat Company also holds stakes in Poseidon Frozen Eiendom, Yugen Seafood, and other businesses, with significant cash reserves and equity. The parent company employed 6 people last year, with the owners drawing substantial dividends and compensations. Will help the government with the goals of sustainable feed. The Norwegian government has established a steering committee to address the mission of sustainable fish feed. Currently, 92% of raw materials used in fish feed are sourced from abroad. The government aims to increase the share of domestically produced raw materials from 8 to 25% by 2034. The mission also seeks to ensure that all feed comes from sustainable sources. The committee, led by Nils Vagstad, former CEO of the Norwegian Institute of Bioeconomy Research, NIBIO, will provide expert and strategic advice. The committee includes representatives from feed producers, the seafood industry, and livestock farmers. Good timing to buy salmon shares on weakness in the summer. ABG Sundal Collier sees an improved risk-reward ratio and considers that going long in the salmon farming sector at current levels is attractive. The main short-term risk is potentially weaker than expected second quarter reports and continued weak salmon prices. But historically, buying salmon stocks during summer weakness is well-timed before spot prices rise in winter. The brokerage reaffirms Mowi and Lerøy Seafood Group as its top picks, while upgrading SalMar to buy from hold and Bakkafrost to hold from sell. The slaughter volume is the highest of the year in a quiet summer export market. Norway set a new record in week 31, exporting over 30,000 tons of salmon in 1 week for the first time this year. Precisely 30,911 tons of salmon were exported, reflecting typically seen volumes in late autumn. This rise in slaughter volumes aligns with increased growth in warmer summer sea temperatures. Despite higher volumes, generally resulting in lower spot prices, salmon prices have remained stable. Poland emerged as the largest buyer, purchasing nearly a sixth of the fresh volume, almost double that of the second biggest buyer, Denmark. So far, 714,496 tons of salmon have been exported this year, compared to 730,752 tons during the same period in 2023.